honesty and integrity, working hard, and the ability to build solid relationships were all the basis for Robert Quartermain's success.
This is a prospector, a highly successful prospector, successful mine builder, successful company builder, and great philanthropist, all rolled into one.
The abiding characteristic of Bob Quartermain is his generosity. He's generous as a friend. He's generous as a board member and as a company manager. And he's generous as a philanthropist.
Bob is just one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. He's so giving, gracious with his time and his advice, always has a story to tell, and a real pleasure to include as one of my friends.
Born in St. Stephen, New Brunswick, and growing up in St. John, Bob started developing a strong character and his business acumen at a very young age.
When I was 12 years old, I started working summers in the family business, which sold Scottish woolens and tartans. Learned early on how to promote, but more importantly, had good, Christian conservative values that you grew up with.
His love of flying led him to become an air cadet, where he obtained his pilot's license and learned valuable skills like discipline, leadership, and teamwork.
When you're organizing a drill program for 30 or 40 people in a few drills with aircraft in Dubont Lake in the Northwest Territories, and you're doing it by spreadsheet and longhand, you need a lot of skill sets. And certainly what I learned during my time as an air cadet was certainly able to help me in my career.
Bob's connection with the military continues today as an honorary colonel with 19 Wing in Comox, BC. Like many in the industry, Bob started down a different path, computer science, but an elective in geology changed the course of his life.
By my third year, I changed my major from computer science and went full-time into geology. And I think what was transformational for me was at the end of my third year, I applied for a job with the Geological Survey of Canada, working 100 kilometers east of Baker Lake in a fly camp with 5 other people. And I spent the summer there. And when I arrived, it started the adventure that continues to this day. It's been great.
Bob graduated from the University of New Brunswick in 1977 with an honors bachelor's degree, and from Queen's University in 1981 with a master's in mineral exploration, then went to work at Teck as a project geologist.
They sent me up to the Lamaque mine to be an underground mine geologist. After that, I was then sent to Hemlo and worked on the David Bell mine for 3 years from 1982 to 1985, drilling off that deposit.
During his time with Teck, Bob worked at several of their companies as president and CEO. In 1985, Teck moved Bob to British Columbia to run Silver Standard Resources.
At the time, it had one other employee, a market cap of about $1.8 million. I knew nothing about running public companies. I was a bush geologist, but Teck said they would support me, and so they allowed me to flourish at Silver Standard.
Now that company, today known as SSR Mining, is celebrating its 75th anniversary, and that's a milestone which very few mining companies achieve. And Bob's 25 years of management with his team set the platform for SSR Mining to become the $4 billion market cap company that it is today.
Bob has traveled extensively throughout his career.
I was working together with Bob on these different projects in Haiti, in Costa Rica, in Patagonia. Bob would always do the geology far more thoroughly than I ever did. And I respected that a lot. But he'd go down there for a week and he'd wander off through the Patagonian pampas, windy as hell, snowy often, cold, and he'd bang rocks for day after day after day until he got a feel for what really was there.
Bob planned to retire after 25 years at Silver Standard, but fate had other plans.
In the summer of 2010, while I was retired, Ken McNaughton showed me a piece of drill core from that. And I thought, I've never seen anything like that. And because of the amount of gold in it, figured there must be a mine here. So in the fall of 2010, I raised some money and went around, and we basically bought the Bruce Jack project back from Silver Standard and created Pretium.
The Brucejack mine began commercial production in July 2017, and in March 2022, the company was purchased by Newcrest for $3.4 billion Canadian dollars.
When Bob started Pretium, he very quickly put together a solid development team that was able to accelerate the project from a maiden resource in 2012 to a fully operational and profitable gold mine just 5 years later, and that's amazing. To achieve production in such a short period of time speaks to the technical expertise of the Pretium team and their strong engagement with all stakeholders.
It's been a huge success for every shareholder who's stuck with him. These are the reasons why he's got a great reputation. He works hard, does what he says he's going to do, and then gets lucky.
That's been the great thing about this industry, and certainly the most fulfilling for me as a geoscientist is taking a piece of drill core, taking a concept, and translating that into a really sound business.
Bob attributes his success to the lifelong relationships he's been able to establish in the industry.
One of the great things about the resource industry is that you meet people that you get to work with and collaborate throughout your careers.
Bob Quartermain is currently the co-chairman of Dakota Gold Corp, a responsible gold exploration and development company focused on revitalizing the Homestake District in Lead, South Dakota. Bob Quartermain is committed to giving back. One organization he's passionate about is the ARC Foundation, which educates students on diversity.
I'm a founding trustee of the ARC Foundation, which fosters inclusive education. And we do this by creating tools for educators so they can support students to live their most authentic lives.
As a gay man, Bob understands how important diversity is in the companies he has built.
We've created safe and respectful places for people to come to work because being part of a minority, I understand how important it is to feel equal and have a safe working environment.
Throughout his career, Bob Quartermain has been committed to several philanthropic causes, including his alma mater, the University of New Brunswick.
He's been a great philanthropist. He has several scholarships at the University of New Brunswick. He was a major fundraiser for that university. He's been a provider of scholarships at UBC. He's worked with the St. Paul's Hospital. He's raised funds for Mining Matters. He's done everything.
He's given back a tremendous amount to our industry. He's just a very generous person, and I admire that tremendously about him.